I promise they're going to be lots of fun. You guys want to bring them up? All right, guys, your first comic doing a guest spot tonight. Give it up for Dave Lesneski.
Cozzy, how we feeling tonight? I like to hear that. As he said, my name is David Lesneski. I'm Mexican, if you couldn't tell by the last name. That's the stuff. I get it though, like I don't really like look or like kind of present as like Latino or Mexican. Like the image for that kind of right now is like Bad Bunny. And I'm more just like mild rabbit. It doesn't help that I'm like ethnically ambiguous too. Like I get misidentified for different ethnicities all the time. I'll get, Asian, Middle Eastern, Jewish, and like it used to kind of like mess with me, at least like get in my head a little bit about it. But now I've kind of like come to accept it, just being seen as one of the other beautiful people out in the world. So to my Jewish friends, I am David. To my Muslim friends, I am Dawood. To my Asian friends, I am Dawei. And to the corporate overlords I serve, I am Dave. So, my mom is Mexican, dad's Polish. That's how you kind of get this. But I was actually adopted from Mexico, so it can be a little confusing sometimes for people. Like when I say that, they're like, "Oh, do you like speak Spanish too?" And as you can tell through my accent, I definitely do speak Spanish. But I do speak a little bit of Spanish. I did learn a little bit of Spanish growing up. I know enough now to where like I can like help someone at my job if like they need like a Spanish to English translator. So the other week, my coworker, they come up to me and they're like, "David, can you please help me? This guy, he doesn't speak any English. He's just Spanish. Can you translate?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, no problem. I can do it." And I'm walking up, and this guy, he's like, looks like, Danny Trejo, big, tough-looking Mexican guy with tattoos and everything, the mustache. He's like, oh, like, he's eyeing me up, and like, what's this guy gonna do? He's gonna, like, talk to me? And he says to me, he's like, "Habla español?" And I look, and I look at him, I'm honest. I'm like, "Poquito, just a little bit, poquito, And he says, "All right, English, bro, I got you. It's no problem." And my coworker was like, "Why didn't he do that for me?" And I'm like, "You just gotta know just that little bit. That's all you really need. That's all you really need."
That's all you need. That's all you need.
So like, I might not have known like my ethnic language growing up, but one part of the culture I did really learn a lot about was the Mexican food, Spanish food. My family, and back in Michigan, we owned a Mexican restaurant. We've owned it for about 60 years. Yes. Thank you. We sold it. There you go, that's right. But like there'd be times when I'd be a little kid and my dad, he was a manager at the time, he'd pick me up from school and he'd take me to the restaurant. And as we're driving there, he would ask me, "David, what kind of Mexican food do you want today?" And I would say with just biggest enthusiasm as a little boy could, "Dad, I really want Taco Bell." And like people will be like, "David, how can you eat Taco Bell, man? Your family is Mexican. They own a Mexican restaurant. Isn't that like sacrilege to you?" And I think Cozzy, we can kind of agree like Taco Bell is not Mexican food. Like it's just not, It's good. Yeah, trust me. That's why it's good. It's not Mexican food. But like if you want truly commercialized, culturally appropriated Mexican food, you have to go to Chipotle. Because at least with Chipotle, you have just as good a chance of getting diarrhea there as you do from going to the taco truck. Some people know. You do the green or the red sauce, miss? Verde, there we go, that's what's up. Being a Mexican comedian, people always assume that like my comedic idols were like people like George Lopez, Felipe Esparza, guys who can go like back and forth between languages like that. I don't really do that. Gabriel Iglesias, big fluffy comedian. I like Taco Bell, just not that much. Like the closest I really get to relating to any kind of Mexican comedian is Louis C.K. People don't know or realize. Yeah, it's true. He's actually a Mexican comedian. This is true. He's actually a Mexican comedian. Just the biggest difference between he and I is I am more of a private masturbator. All right, Cozzy, you have been great. Thank you for your time. Thank you for having me.
Here we go, guys. David Lesniewski. So your next performer, guys, you can see him on Amazon Prime. You can see